All right, well, meeting, special meeting of the school board to order.
This one's watching us.
He's not working
Well,
right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
speak up, Jen,
Okay.
because I have to hear you over there.
Okay.
All right, can we stand and face the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Should be quick, and just five items, right? So entertain a motion for the board to accept the resignation of Bridget Thomas, speech therapist, effective August 31st, 2025. By Jen, second by Tom.
I'd like to say she wrote a wonderful handwritten note to us.
Yeah, she sent a really lovely one to all of us internally as well. Yeah, it's a it's bittersweet, I believe, for her, but she had the opportunity to work in the district where her children are.
If anyone has a picture, I'd like to see, so I can thank her. I couldn't look at it.
I will see her at soccer this fall. Her son plays soccer with Oliver, so I will let her know. All right. All those in favor, unless there's more discussion? Motion carries 4-0. Entertain a motion the board approve the appointment of Jane Laurie as a long-term substitute elementary teacher effective August 13th, 2025 at a per diem rate based on step 1 of the WADA contract. Mrs. Laurie will have summer days available determined by the elementary principal before her start date on September 2nd. By Jen. Second by Marissa. Discussion. All those in favor? Motion carries 4-0. Upon recommendation of the superintendent, Heidi Peterson holds an internship certificate in the area of students with disabilities, be appointed to the position of special education teacher in the tenure area of special education for a probationary period commencing August 13th, 2025, and anticipated to end August 12th, 2029. Ms. Peterson's salary for the 25-26 school year would be based on step 1. You don't need to read the rest of that.
No.
So moved. Jen. Second by Tom.
So she finishes her program in August. She should be finishing this month, so she'll have her.
That was gonna be my question.
She'll have her probationary certificate, or I think that's
Gotcha.
what they're
That's
calling
her
it.
initial- yes,
Her
initial
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it
Okay.
initial now. But she just has to. What will happen is the school has to back that, but yeah, and I mean she could start with the internship anyway, but she'll be ready to roll.
Any other questions, discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries 4-0. The board approved that the sick day payout for our retirees for the 24-25 school year be paid using reserved fund from A867 employee benefits and accrued liability.
Second.
By Jen, second by Marissa. Discussion.
Something we do every single, I can't remember.
So
So
it's out of reserve fund. So when people retire, if they have sick payout, we have the ability to use the reserve fund.
and that's how we normally use it.
I believe so.
It would make sense.
And it's good to use reserves and then replenish it. It shows the auditors and the comptroller that
Their estimates.
they're legitimate reserves. So if you never use them, they're kind of like, why are you taking taxpayers' money and putting it in here? So that's really what they're designed for, because you never know at any given time you could have 5 people retire, and so you need to have a little cushion in there.
Anything else? Those in favor? Motion carries 4-0. And motion to that the board approve the second reading of policy 7316, the use of electronic devices during the school day.
We want to waive the second read to adopt.
I think, does it matter if we adopt today or if we wait? till
Yes, we
adopt
have to.
tomorrow?
I have to by tomorrow upload the policy so that we,
Oh,
or else we won't get the money.
okay.
So,
So we don't
that's
have a
why we
motion
had
on
this special meeting.
Okay. Okay.
So you could talk about it on the second read and then make the motion to waive it. It's up to you how you want to do it. You could waive it.
If someone wishes to make a discussion, then if you
Well, I just
if you want to discuss, or you
I
want to
just wanted
discuss,
to make,
so then would someone please second it so we can discuss it? Okay, second by Tom.
So when I read this copy of it on Word docs, there were a couple of typos that we talked about at the
Mhm.
policy meeting, but they hadn't changed yet. So when it was on section B, the school day, when it said entirely, we had talked about making it
Entirety.
And then at that last paragraph, students who have faced disciplinary action, there was just those two things that we had talked about, but I just noticed that in this attachment, they cut it. So,
So with the correct.
You know what? I'm rather, yeah.
Still,
You can just refer to it.
Okay, because I did change them in that. I just, that was the only differences we made.
yeah,
Okay.
And just, and Jen, please join in. So at the policy committee, we discussed, we had 11 comments. So we did, it was not required, but we did offer a comment period, for families. So we had sent out a copy of the policy to ask for feedback, just because New York State gave us a very short period of time. So we've tried to, have multiple means of people giving feedback. K through 12 parents and students and faculty. And so just a more concerns about, how will students do? There were a few people who don't care for the ban, which is obviously required for us by the state. And a few people just wanted to know that, that they can reach their children or their children can reach them in cases of emergency. And as I have mentioned before, so Mr. Moore will be at the next board meeting, the regular board meeting, to talk about kind of the final plan at the school level. So remember, the board's policy is more overarching. And so there was a few comments that there were too many options for what kids could do with the phones. And that gives us as the, gives the administrators and the faculty options. But we're going with the Yonder pouches 7 through 12. And we've already introduced that concept to the kids and given them an overview in June about it. And then Mr. Moore will share more information with families and students with the back to school communication. So he will give the board a preview of that as well. Just it'll be about the time that we start sending out more information. And we're also preparing a Q&A, just taking from those comments, some comments received in June and questions, and just some that other districts have had. So putting together just a small Q&A. But the policy also is a lot of people don't think about it. We think of the phones as being for the older kids, but there are some elementary students that carry phones for a variety of reasons. And so we do have to have the plan be a K-12 plan. So that's why there are different options. So the older students are using the Yonder pouches. The younger students are either keeping them in their backpacks and their cubbies. The sixth graders have lockers. So that you do want it to be a little bit of a broader plan depending on the grade level and what is available to them. So Mrs. Jones and Mr. Moore have put together something K-12 that will have, this has to be posted on our website, our policy. Then when we have our general plan together, that will be in our student parent handbook and the expectations. But we may reflect during the year and realize that there need to be some changes along the way. And what we do in this September, 2 or 3 years from now might look a little different. So that's why this is broader, and you'll see more specifics coming from the buildings in August.
Do you have an idea of what discipline would look like?
So typically, they're putting that together now. There'll be some warnings, similar to what we do now. We do a warning, and then the phone kind of gets taken away, can come and get picked up at the end of the day. And then there may be, so they're kind of tweaking that. They're getting feedback from other districts. There are some local or regional districts that have started the past year or two, just from what they've learned. But the other thing it sounds like, and I don't want to speak for Mr. Moore, but just our last conversation, that he is working on a plan with the faculty that in the beginning to be proactive and doing some checks and, checking during the day, maybe popping into a class and making sure the pouches are locked in case we miss somebody coming in, locking it. And trying to maybe have some incentives that maybe go along with that in the beginning, or periodically when there are checks, so that it's not punitive. It's like, oh my gosh, here he comes, and he's gonna come and bang up all the people who don't have their phones locked. So trying to not make it a negative, punitive thing, but also I think it's really the older kids. The younger kids that just came from elementary are pretty used to not having their phones in 7th and 8th grade. I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal, but the older kids, it's going to be a little different for them. And so then really a lot of what it goes down to is, so certainly we don't take out of school suspension lightly. So unless it's really an endangerment issue, we don't do out of school. So you can't give out of school suspension. However, at some point that could progress to in-school suspension, but it's more based not necessarily on not having your phone pouch locked. It's more insubordination type of a thing. If every single day, or you're damaging them and you're not paying, or because it's damaging school property. And sometimes it can go down that route, but really most schools have not had a lot of issues. I mean, you're going to get a few issues where kids are going to try to hack them. It's going to happen. But I think, overall, we've had a pretty strict policy. It's not been perfect, but kids know. And I think kids understand that this is what's going to happen in the state. So.
Like a bunch of nervous.
Is there a date set for the Q&A? Or not yet?
So I don't know if he's going to do a Q&A forum until, I don't know. We'll have to kind of see how the questions still come in after he sends out some of the initial communication.
Sure.
But typically we send out our back to school mailing that third week during Fair Week. That's kind of our time. So he'll send that out in there, and then we'll be posting it through our communications person is putting that together with him, and we'll be posting it on the website and also putting it out through Parent Square. And so I think we'll kind of see how that shakes out, because we have had the opportunity, I think, to get a lot of questions. So I think now it's just making sure everybody feels solid about the answers. And so I will ask him that and have an answer for you when he presents.
Oh, right.
On
The next meeting.
Yeah, what's that? The 13th.
13th.
So I will mention that to him. Not sure what they're planning.
Any other discussion anybody wants? Okay. I think we need an amendment then to, instead of accept the second read, to adopt as corrected based on Jen's suggestions. So,
Make a motion to accept the amendment as corrected based on Jen's recommendation.
So it will be a motion to waive the second
second,
read
right.
and accept the policy with
with the
amendments.
corrections. Right.
Yeah, with amendments to correct the typos.
I actually just hooked the there was 2 typos. I put them on. So it's now hooked to the agenda, the correct one.
So, second.
So, still good. So moved by Tom, second by Jen. All those in favor? Motion carries 4-0.
Oh, I got you.
Well, you just.
Okay,
Got you out.
Motion
all
to
we
adjourn.
need is a motion to adjourn. So,
Okay.
second by Vincent. Favor? All right, we're done. Thank you.
Good luck.
You just got the call.
Yeah.
They're just
Put a
out at
ground
home.
some, tied
All
up to the tree.